Moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. There's no discharge in the war.
Welcome back, everybody, to another biblical episode of Shepherd's Pie. I'm David.
And I'm Tommy.
We're doing another Bible talk today. We're going in at Genesis 38. Last time we left off, obviously, Genesis 37. A lot of stuff happened in the last episode. A rival, or not rival, but like an outside group, small kingdom. Their prince had raped a sister of the sons of Jacob. So this group of brothers, they saw fit to do harm to this prince, but the prince was really smitten with the sister, and he's like, "Oh, can I please like marry her? I wanna take her. Like I really like her. Could I have her?" And they're like, "Well, she'd never like you because you're not circumcised. You got to go and circumcise all your people." So he goes and circumcises all his people, and they wait 3 days for everybody to be sore from it, and then they attack and wipe them all out.
The good old fucking backstab.
Yeah, they're a bunch of bamboozlers. And,
Bamboozlers.
and then, we get into Joseph, the youngest son of Jacob, and how he's the favorite, but then the other brothers don't like him. So where we had just left off was they sold him to the Ishmaelites, and he's on his way to Egypt.
They left him in a hole. They left him in a hole for a while.
They were going to leave him in the hole to die, but then they, I think it was Reuben, the oldest, was like trying to save him. So instead of leaving him for dead, they sold him to the slavers.
You know, Reuben's a fucker. Thank you for saving him, but like at the same time, it's like he's with his buddies, or he's just trying to be accepted. So he's like going along with their plots, seemingly to them. Like he's not like standing up fully for his brother.
Right.
He's just like, yeah, he's a douchebag, but do we gotta let him die in the hole? Could we let's sell him? Right. Is that better? like
it's not much. Like it is a lot better. It ends up being a lot better for Joseph. But
yeah.
In reality, save your brother. Like, what are we talking about? We're talking about this group of brothers. I think there's 8 of them or 12 of them. How many? 6. I think there's 10. Somewhere between 8 and 12. We can't save the youngest brother. We're all gonna turn against him and kill him. No, these are supposed to be God's people. How are we not better than that? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. And again, I've said this in previous episodes, but the people in the Old Testament are not seemingly people to be looked up to. Maybe Noah, maybe Abraham, but they all do some crazy, weird, twisty things that it's not like Jesus. It really is not like Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus is the apex of it all. Right. That's the only person you should be looking up to and trying to model yourself after. But the stories that you get from all the Old Testament people are pretty valuable. They do kind of teach you the morality, because you don't want to necessarily be like them or be like some of the people they come up against, and you learn the lessons, a lot of moral lessons, a lot of how God used to work through things, and it's very telling.
Yeah.
It's telling as to why things had to happen the way they did with Jesus to rectify people, because we are inherently fucked, bro.
Yeah,
we are.
Even God's people.
We have inherent beauty.
Even God's people are clearly fuckers.
Fuckery within our veins.
So I'll pick up, because I feel like you keep getting stuck with the so-and-so begot so-and-so begot so-and-so. And
It's all right. Either way, man.
That's
We'll
kind of
freaking
where
do it.
chapter 38 picks up. But before we kick off, I want to know what you guys think about these Bible episodes, because we're only doing them once every other week, and we're considering doing them more often. So if it's something
You want more of the Bible?
yeah, if it's something you guys
Let us
really
know.
like, we want to kick it up to once a week and maybe do something different with our regular weekly episodes. But that's yet to be determined. So sound off in the comments. We're looking forward to hearing back from you.
Personally, I love the Bible, and it does leave me
Yeah.
feeling a lot better after we do these reads.
Yeah.
I know it might not translate the same necessarily for the viewers, just because they're not actually reading it and like going through the same understand. They're just kind of listening along to us and like how we're thinking about it. Maybe it helps more. I don't know, but like for me personally, after reading the Bible, I always feel better.
Yeah.
I always feel super happy that I did, and I feel more connected to it.
And not only do like I strive to do this to like look at the Bible through a crazy conspiracy, psycho lens, like we do, put all these theories behind it, but also just like less structured, less like, and more personal. I'm at loss for the word, but like, it's not so churchy, it's not so rigid, it's not so high expectations. It's like, we're just regular folk, everyday people. We're gonna hit the Bible in our font, in our tone of language. Nobody's telling us how to read it or what to think or how to, we're raw, we're dirty, it's just like reading the Bible with your buddies. So that's
neither
the
one of us have been church people.
Yeah, that's the kind of vibe.
Neither one of us have done that, so we don't even have like a lens for it. We're just two guys that are faithful, that we know the story, we believe, and we're eager to kind of read and learn about it.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that. It is definitely more personal. It's a more personal journey than kind of a guided one that you get through like the church or
like
more
priests,
structured
pastors.
groups.
Yeah. But we might be lacking, so let us know if we are. All right.
Absolutely.
Genesis 38. And it came to pass at that time that Judah went down from his brethren and turned in to a certain Adulamite, whose name was Ahira. And Judah saw there was a daughter of a certain Canaanite whose name was Sua, and he took her and went unto her. So Judah turned to a certain Adulamite, which to me is a person, whose name was Hira. Don't know if that's a man or a woman.
Yeah.
But then Judah saw there a daughter of a certain Canaanite. So is the Adulamite a Canaanite? Were the Adulamites and the Canaanites together?
Yeah, it does make a distinction.
It's weird.
It's two separate things.
But now this is saying Judah has taken a Canaanite woman as his wife. And he took her, went unto her. So he married her and conceived, or tried to conceive. And it says, next line, and she conceived, bare a son, and he called his name And she conceived again and bare a son, and she called his name Onan. And she conceived yet again and bare a son, and called his name Shelah. And he was at Chezib when she bare him. And Judah took a wife for his firstborn, whose name was Tamir. See, that tripped me up right there. The pause is because I'm thinking, why did Judah take the wife? But it's like an arranged marriage. He's setting it up.
Yeah.
And Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord slew him. So.
Oh, wow.
This is what we're saying about, like, you take a Canaanite wife.
Yes.
Like, there's something.
That's wild.
There's something about dipping your pen in this ink that, like, God don't write that story you're writing. He's gonna end your line.
Yeah.
He just didn't like him, and he slew him. I wish there was more on that.
Yeah, that's wild.
And Judah said unto Onan, go in unto thy brother's wife and marry her and raise up seed to thy brother. So the second brother, or the second youngest son, is to now marry the first son's wife.
What the
And we're saying that that's probably the reason that God slew him, is because he's from a bad seed. And now it's like, oh, this other lady that we chose for your, yeah, just don't
And
seem
Judah,
right.
just in sheer defiance or ignorance of the law, just doing this again to his next son is just
Right.
wild.
And yeah, raise up seed to thy brother. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his, and it came to pass when he went in unto his brother's wife, that he spilled it on the ground, lest that he should give seed unto his brother.
Wow.
Weird. And
So instead of dude, he did the pull out method.
yeah.
He did the pull out method, and I don't think that ends well for him.
And the thing which he did displeased the Lord, wherefore he slew him also.
No.
So seemingly now God wanted him to make a kid with this woman. And since he pulled out, God's like, nope, you don't spill your seed on the ground. Dead.
It's kind of like, well, he still did the thing too, like he still dipped the pen in the Canaanite ink.
I guess. Yeah.
So it's just like, the Lord does not like that. He says, do not do that to this bloodline.
He never said don't. He's always just telling him to go get wives from elsewhere.
Yeah.
And then Judah to Tamar, his daughter-in-law. Oh wait, then said Judah to Tamar, his daughter-in-law, remain a widow at thy father's house till Shelah my son be grown. For he said, lest peradventure he die also as his brethren did. And Tamar went and dwelt in her father's house. And in process of time, the daughter of Shua, Judah's wife, died, and was comforted, and went up unto his sheep shearers to Timnath, he and his friends, Hira and Adulamite, or Hira the Adulamite.
Hira the Adulamite, there we go.
So back to that first person who Judah noticed before he noticed the Canaanite woman that he took for his wife. His friend Hira the Adulamite. And again, we don't know if this is a man or a woman. We don't know anything about the Adulamites. And it was told Tamar, saying, behold, thy father-in-law goeth up to Timnath to shear his sheep. And she put her widow's garments off from her, and covered her with a veil, and wrapped herself, and sat in an open place which is by the way to Timnath. For she saw that Shelah was grown, and she was not given unto him to wife. When Judah saw her, he thought her to be an harlot, because she had covered her face. Weird.
Oh.
Why does covering your face make you a harlot?
Because it's a shame thing, like
right.
People who had to be like publicly shamed. I don't know, and also weren't a lot of women that were in doing stuff of that nature, like prostituting. They would be part of like brothels and stuff,
right.
And they would be kind of owned by the, for lack of a better term, like pimp.
Right.
And they would kind of brand them too. They would get branded by the pimp in different ways. I don't know. Some of them might have even had freaking face markings that would denote that they were owned by a certain person. Covering the face, it's like you could kind of see where that would come from at a time like that. It's like a shameful thing, and they would just hide their faces.
It's like Timnah is the daughter of Hira. It's like Timnar, right? Oh, Shua. Shua's the first wife. And then Timnar's the son's wife. See,
it does. It just ends up kind of, the names are rough.
Right. I'm just trying to figure out where she comes from and the connection to this Hira guy, because now it's like, all right, so now Judah went up to Hira, the sheep shearer, and he's shearing some sheep, and she put away her widow's garments and covered herself, sat in an open place because she saw Shelah was grown and she wasn't given to him. So then he comes back, sees her covered her face, and thinks she's a harlot. It's like, wasn't he to give her to Sheila? Like, he comes, I imagine he was gone for a long time shearing these sheep for some reason. But it's like, in that amount of time, Sheila grew up. Nobody was there to give her to him. She sees she wasn't given, and she's shamed. He comes back, sees her shame, calls her a harlot. It's just not connecting to me. And he turned unto her by the way, and said, Go to, I pray thee, let me come unto thee. For he knew not that she was his daughter-in-law. So now he wants to conceive children with her. But he must know that she's his daughter-in-law. He's given her to 2 of his sons already.
Isn't it? But she's covered, right? Her face is covered.
I guess.
He thought her to be a harlot.
Okay, so he doesn't even know it's her. He just thinks she's a random.
A rando, yeah.
And she said, What wilt thou give me that thou mayest come unto me? And he said, I will send thee a kid from the flock, a goat. And she said, or a sheep. And she said, Wilt thou give me a pledge till thou send it? And he said, What pledge shall I give thee? And she said, Thy signet, and thy bracelets, and thy staff that is in thine hand. And he gave it to her, and came in unto her, and she conceived by him. And she arose and went away, and laid by her veil from her, and put on the garments of her widowhood. And Judah sent the kid by the hand of his friend the Adullamite to receive his pledge from the woman's hand, but he found her not. Then he asked the men of that place, saying, Where is the harlot that was openly by the wayside? And they said, There was no harlot in this place.
Oh.
And he returned to Judah and said, I cannot find her. And also the men of the place said that there was no harlot in this place. And
Holy shit.
Judah said, Let her take it to her, lest we be shamed. Behold, I sent this kid, and thou hast not found her. Let her take it to her. I'm not understanding that.
Let it take it to her, lest we be shamed. So if you brought it to her, then you would be shamed. Behold, I sent this kid, and thou hast not found her. So was he pretty much just saying, like, let the... Who was the person that he talked to? Let's see. And he returned to Judah and said, I cannot find her.
It's just random men.
And also the men of the place said that there was no harlot in this place. So, and then Judah said, let her take it to her. Let her. Who's her then?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like her is the harlot. Can't find the harlot, let her, the harlot, take it to her, the harlot, lest we be shamed. I don't know. Skipping
Maybe he's saying, like, let her come and get it if she wants it.
Yeah, right.
Let her take it to her.
Right, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. And it came to pass about 3 months later that it was told to Judah, saying, Tamar thy daughter-in-law hath played the harlot, and also, behold, she is with child by whoredom. And Judah said, Bring her forth and let her be burnt.
Oh, holy shit.
When she was brought forth, she sent to her father-in-law, saying, By the man whose these are, am I with child? And she said, Discern, I pray thee, whose are these, the signet and the bracelets and the staff? So they're like, you've been whoring around, who's this kid? And she's like, this is my proof of whose kid this is, and it's his stuff.
This is yo daddy's.
Yeah, this is your kid, my guy. And Judah acknowledged them and said, She hath been more righteous than I, because that I gave her not to Sheila my son, and she knew her again, and he knew her again no more, because that I gave her not. Okay, so now he's acknowledging that she's not so guilty because he didn't give her to his son like he said, and he knew her again no more. He didn't sleep with her anymore.
He didn't. Yeah, he cut it off.
And it came to pass in the time of her travail. What, I don't know what that is. What is travail? Just travel?
Her travail. So it could be like,
because you could say I've travailed this mountain. I've travailed these
It's like the process.
Lands,
It's like the
I
through the
guess.
time of her like like holding of the baby,
Okay.
like her being
Okay.
pregnant.
Yeah,
That
because if I had
time.
finished the sentence, it says that behold, twins were in her womb. And it came to pass when she travailed that the one put out his hand, and the midwife took and bound upon his hand a scarlet thread, saying, "This came out first." Like you can't remember, once the two babies come out,
Right.
it's like shit. Which one was which? No, you should be able to keep track. And it came to pass as he drew back his hand that behold, his brother came out, and she said, "How hast thou broken forth?" That is kind of crazy. So like they wouldn't have known that if they didn't do the thread thing. But like, would you expect him to pull his hand back in and them switch places? Like that doesn't usually happen. This breach be upon thee. Therefore his name was called Pharez. And afterward came out his brother that had the scarlet thread upon his hand, and his name was called Zerah. What if they were just fucking with her and they pulled her, pulled the hand back in, switched threads.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, dude. That's literally what I was
Is
thinking while that was going on. I'm like,
is
what? Wait, did he pull his hand back inside and then like his brother snatched the thread and he pulled his hand out
Yeah,
and he's like, oh yeah, I'm the other kid.
yeah.
And it's
They
like,
didn't actually switch
no.
spots. They're just messing with her. I don't actually think that. I just think it'd be funny.
That's freaking hilarious.
All right, Genesis chapter 39. Genesis 39. And Joseph was brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, an Egyptian, bought him of the hands of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down from thither. Yeah, I butchered that. So
It's okay.
Joseph's in Egypt now because an Ishmaelite sold him to an Egyptian.
Yep.
And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was prosperous, and he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. And his master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did to prosper in his hand. And Joseph found grace in his sight, and he served him, and he made him overseer over his house, and all that he had he put into his hand. So this Egyptian master, like we don't know how rich or powerful he is, but he's now made Joseph basically like
His heir.
executor of all of his, not necessarily his heir. He's not going to get to keep the things, but because everything Joseph does prospers by the hand of the Lord, he's like, all right, so now you're in charge of everything I do. You do everything I
Yeah.
do so that it
Yeah.
prospers.
Yeah,
And
exactly. So he's kind of using he sees that he's Lord touched, Lord
right,
guided, and he just uses him to kind of filter everything that he does so that it all inadvertently has the Lord's like blessing.
bro, and this is just going to keep happening for Joseph.
Crazy.
This is why I love the story of Joseph. It's fucking super cool. And it came to pass from the time that he had made came to pass from the time that he had made him overseer in his house, that and over all that he had, that the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake. And the blessing of the Lord was upon all that he had in the house and in the field. And he left all that he had in Joseph's hand. So you're right, he did end up being an heir to everything he had.
There we go.
And he knew not aught he had.
He didn't know what he had.
Knew
That's
not
pretty much what
anything
it's
he
saying.
had, except the bread which he did eat. And Joseph was a goodly person and well favored. So by saying he knew it not, I think it means he like didn't indulge in it. Like though he had all this wealth, he didn't indulge.
Oh, you're right. Yes, and he knew not ought. He not ought to.
Yeah.
He shouldn't.
Well, so
So
in mine, the ought is underlined to anything. He knew not anything he had. So like of all he had, he didn't know it by using it.
the same way that they use know, like knowing
To
a
have
woman.
sex, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
to partake in. Exactly.
And it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph, and she said, "Lie with me." But he
Oh my.
but he refused, and said unto his master's wife, Behold, my master knew not what is with me in the house, and he hath commanded all that he hath to my hand. There is none greater in this house than I, neither hath he kept back anything from me but thee, because thou art his wife. Now then, can I do this great wickedness and sin against God? And it came to pass, as she spake to Joseph day by day, that he hearkened not unto her to lie by her or to be with her. So he's not caving in. She keeps trying over and over again.
That's awesome.
And it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business, and there was none of the men of the house there within. And she caught him by his garment, saying, Lie with me. And he left his garment in her hand and fled and got him out. So now he's booking it out of her house naked. And
no.
It came to pass when she saw that he had left his garment in her hand and was fled forth, that she called upon the men of her house and spake unto them, saying, See, he hath brought in an Hebrew unto us to mock us. He came unto me to lie with me, and I cried with a loud voice. And it came to pass, when he heard that I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garments with me and fled, and got him out. And she laid up his garment by her until his Lord came home. And she spake unto him according to those words, saying, The Hebrew servant which thou hast brought unto us came in unto me to mock me. And it came to pass, I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me and fled out. And it came to pass, so she is now lying, saying that he came in, tried to sleep with her, and she screamed. Mm-hmm. And when she screamed, he just booked it and left his clothes. She's like, see, I got his clothes. He's a pervert.
So she got spiteful about the fact that he wasn't sleeping with her and caving in, and she got so mad about it, she don't even want to sleep with him anymore. She just wants to ruin him because he said no to her.
Yo, and that's a story we see time and time again. That's a story that plays out all through history. Nothing new under the sun here. And it came to pass, when his master heard the words of his wife, which she spake unto him, saying, After this manner did thy servant to me, that his wrath was kindled. And Joseph's master took him and put him into the prison, a place where the king's prisoners were bound, and he was there in the prison. But the Lord was with Joseph, and showed him mercy, and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. And the keeper of the prison committed to Joseph's hand all the prisoners that were in the prison, and whatsoever they did there, he was the doer of it. So he was responsible for all of the prison, like
crazy.
The prison, like, he had so much favor from God that the prison guards ended up liking him so much that they're just like, all right, you're head prisoner. You're in charge of all. You're in charge of all the other inmates and everything that goes on here. So he's probably overseeing like the kitchen and like rec time, like whatever the
chain gang.
Yeah, whatever the prison was like back then. Like, he's just looking over all of it. And the keeper of the prison looked not to anything that was under his hand. So again, he's not like abusing any of his power, though he's got all this power in the prison. And says he looked not to anything that was under his hand, because the Lord was with him, and that which he did, the Lord made it prosper. And that,
incredible.
That is a testament to like what we ought to be doing as people. Like, when you achieve success, like all the success, any kind of success, any stimulus, any growth, like, don't be like, I did that. That was me. Look at what I achieved. Look at this muscle I grew. Look at this money I made. Look at this promotion I got. Look at this distance I ran, this work I did.
Hands.
Yeah. Look at what the Lord allowed me to do. Look at what the Lord provided for me. Look at what the Lord helped me with. Like, I could not have achieved this if it wasn't for the Lord helping me. And, yo, it gets you so far. It really does. Like, that level of gratitude, it really, like, it's like a mental gymnastics thing that, like, reconciles your brain into being...
And your soul.
Yeah, into being like more stable of a person.
Yep. When you run all things that you do or happen to you, when you run them through the hands of God first, and over your own, it changes how you operate completely, and how things even work for you.
So far, Joseph's one of my favorite.
Yeah, he's cool. He's definitely cool.
And it came to pass, after these things, that the butler of the king of Egypt and his baker had offered their lord, the king of Egypt.
Offended.
Have offended. I was like, offered. Had offered. Had offended. Sorry. And it came to pass, after these things, that the butler of the king of Egypt and his baker had offended their lord, the king of Egypt. The Pharaoh was wroth against the two of his officers, against the chef or chief?
Chief.
Am I an
Chief.
idiot? Because
No, you're
it
fine.
said baker before, so I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't read all of a sudden, dude.
Dude, they do this on purpose.
Reading the Bible makes you not able to read. It's hilarious.
It's kind of amazing because it really what you want to do is you like, especially with kind of the format that we do, it's like you're trying to read not just for yourself, you're trying to also be kind of a narrator
Yeah,
because other people will be listening. So you're trying to read through it quick, but you realize that we are talking Old English when you're doing the King
right.
James version, and it's the same language essentially, but it's not at all. So
Yeah,
it's just tough to do, and some of the tongue twists that come out of it because of the translation barrier is just it's peak entertainment. It truly is.
right.
You saw the baker, and all of a sudden Chief becomes chef.
Yeah, that I just doesn't matter anymore.
Oh my goodness, man. It's kind of insanely comedical from
Yeah.
God.
And Pharaoh was wroth against two of his officers, against the chief of the butlers and against the chief of the bakers. And he put them in ward in the house of the captain of the guard, unto the prison, and the place where Joseph was bound. And the captain of the guard charged Joseph with them, and he served them, and they continued a season in ward. And they dreamed a dream, both of them, each man his dream in one night, each man according to the interpretation of his dream, the butler and the baker of the king of Egypt, which were bound in the prison. And Joseph came in unto them in the morning, and looked upon them, and behold, they were sad. My Bible says dejected. They were dejected. And he asked Pharaoh's officers that were with him in the ward of his lord's house, saying, Wherefore look ye so sad today? And they said unto him, We have dreamed a dream, and there is no interpreter of it. And Joseph said unto them, Do not interpretations belong to God? Tell me them, I pray you. And the chief butler told his dream to Joseph, and said to him, In my dream, behold, a vine was before me, and in the vine were 3 branches, and it was thought it budded,
It was though.
It was though it budded. Yeah, see, can't fucking read. It was though it budded, and her blossoms shot forth, and the clusters thereof brought forth ripe grapes. And Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes and pressed them into Pharaoh's cup, and I gave the cup into Pharaoh's hand. And Joseph said unto them, This is the interpretation of it. The 3 branches are 3 days. Yet within 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up thine head, and restore thee unto thy place. And thou shalt deliver Pharaoh's cup into his hand after the former manner when thou wast his butler. But think on me when it shall be well with thee, and show kindness, I pray thee, unto me, and make mention of me unto Pharaoh, and bring me out of this house. For indeed I was stolen away out of the land of Hebrews, and here also have I done nothing that they should put me into the dungeon. When the chief baker saw the interpretation was good, he said unto Joseph, I also was in my dream, and behold, I had 3 white baskets on my head. And the uppermost basket there was of all manner of baked meats, baked goods, for Pharaoh and the birds did eat them out of the basket upon my head. Joseph answered and said, This is the interpretation thereof. The 3 baskets are 3 days. Yet within 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up thy head from off thee, and shall hang thee on a tree, and the birds shall eat thy flesh from off thee.
Ooh.
And it came to pass the 3rd day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, that he had a feast unto all his servants, and he lifted up the head of the chief butler and of the chief baker among his servants, and he restored the chief butler unto his butlership again, and he gave the cup unto Pharaoh's hand, and he hanged the chief baker as Joseph had interpreted to them. Yet did not the chief butler remember Joseph, but forgot him. Damn.
No.
So these two prisoners of the pharaoh, like high up, a butler and a like chief butler, chief baker, they had prophetic dreams that they wanted interpreted. Joseph was able to interpret them. Joseph says to the butler, the chief butler, when this plays out, because you're going to be set back in your position of esteem, please remember me and speak well of me, because I shouldn't be in prison. Help get me out of prison. But the butler didn't do it.
You want me to take over for you for
Sure.
41?
Sure.
Okay.
We're killing it.
Okay.
We're knocking them out.
Yeah. Genesis chapter 41. And it came to pass at the end of 2 full years that Pharaoh dreamed, and behold, he stood by the river. And behold, there came up out of the river 7 well-favored kine and fat-fleshed. So some sort of sheep and...
Kine is cow.
Or goat. Kine is cow?
I guess. That's what my Bible says.
So we got some cows that came up out of the river. 7.
And it is the Nile River.
Okay. And they fed in a meadow. And behold, 7 other kine came up after them out of the river, ill-favored and lean-fleshed, so emaciated, and stood by the other kine upon the brink of the river. And the ill-favored and lean-fleshed kine did eat up the 7 well-favored and fat kine. So Pharaoh awoke. And he slept and dreamed the second time. And behold, 7 ears of corn came up upon one stalk, rank and good. And behold, 7 thin ears, and blasted with the east wind, sprung up after them. And the 7 thin ears devoured the 7 rank and full ears. And Pharaoh awoke, and behold, it was a dream. And it came to pass in the morning that his spirit was troubled, and he sent and called for the magicians of Egypt. See, magicians, we were just talking about this yesterday.
Right.
And all of the wise men thereof. And Pharaoh told them his dream, but there was none that could interpret them unto Pharaoh. Then spake the chief butler. I almost said chef. Then spake the chief butler unto Pharaoh, saying, I do remember my faults this day. Pharaoh was wroth with his servants, and put me in a ward in the captain of the guard's house, both me and the chief baker. And we dreamed a dream in one night, I and he, we dreamed each man according to the interpretation of his dream. And there was with us a young man, in Hebrew, servant to the captain of the guard. And we told him, and he interpreted to us our dreams. To each man according to his dream he did interpret. And it came to pass, as he interpreted to us, so it was. Me he restored unto mine office, and him he hanged. Then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they brought him hastily out of the dungeon. And he shaved himself, and changed his raiment, and came in unto Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I have dreamed a dream, and there is none that can interpret it. And I have heard say of thee that thou can understand a dream to interpret it. And Joseph answered Pharaoh, saying, It is not in me. God shall give Pharaoh an answer of peace. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, In my dream, behold, I stood upon the brink of the river. And behold, there came out of the river 7 kine, fat-fleshed and well-favored, and they fed in a meadow. And behold, 7 other kine came up after them, poor and very ill-favored and lean-fleshed, such as I never saw in all the land of Egypt for badness. And the lean and ill-favored kine did eat up the first 7 fat kine. And when they had eaten them up, it could not be known that they had eaten them, but they were still ill-favored, as in the beginning. so I awoke. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
So in the
so
dream, that's
the
wild.
scrawny cows eat the healthy fat cows, and the scrawny, emaciated, like Pharaoh's even calling them scary looking, like emaciated.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't get any fatter from eating a whole, plump, healthy cow.
It didn't help them whatsoever. It's
It's
almost like
it's
they're
a sign of
like
pestilence. Pestilence is
cursed
coming.
pestilence. Yeah, dude. For sure.
I just wanted to point out, I think it's interesting that the butler describes it as he restored unto mine office, and him he hanged. So it's almost like he is assigning Joseph the like responsibility of what happened because he interpreted the dreams. It's like Joseph's not just the interpreter. It's like these things happened because that's what Joseph said happened in the dream. Like that's almost how the guy says it, to me at least.
Maybe that's how they they
They think
they
it
saw it.
works. Yeah.
Just with their like, because these guys, they do have a different understanding of gods and of the supernatural and how reality works.
So Bar Joseph had to sit in prison for another 2 years because the butler didn't do what he said he was going to do.
Yeah, freaking asshat.
Until the pharaoh started having crazy dreams, and the pharaoh's like, "Shit,
Which,
who do I talk to about these dreams? My magicians suck."
yeah,
And Chief Butler's like, "Oh, hey, actually, I remember a guy 2 years ago in prison."
that is God, by the way. That's
Yeah,
God that gave that dream, and he knew exactly what was going to happen. He wasn't going to be able to. It was the same thing that he did to the butler and to
yeah,
the baker.
yeah.
So he pulled the same freaking God magic. He's just like, "Yep, we're gonna give him a dream. He's not gonna be able to interpret it. It's gonna shake him up too. I'm gonna make it shake him up."
Well,
And then he's gonna ask around, and then we'll get Joseph sprung out of prison.
not only that, but like this whole story is how Joseph, the youngest son of Jacob, became the most powerful man in all of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Like which Egypt at the time was the most powerful nation because, like I said, we're going into a famine. They're going to talk about a famine here, and all these other nations are coming to Egypt because Joseph set them up so good. And because Joseph set them up so good, we're going to get there. But like, this is a crazy story of like how everything lines up perfectly. Like Joseph should have had a terrible time. He got sold into slavery. After slavery, it like things were kind of panning out good, and then he was put right into prison. But now, like again, shit's about to get good for him. It's really cool.
And I saw in my dream, and behold, 7 ears came up in one stalk, full and good. And behold, 7 ears withered, thin, and blasted with the east wind, sprung up after them. And the thin ears devoured the 7 good ears. And I told this unto the magicians, but there was none that could declare it to me. And Joseph said unto Pharaoh, the dream of Pharaoh is one. God hath shewed Pharaoh what he was about to do.
Does it say
The
shoot
seven
on
good,
yours?
yeah,
Where's your?
Shewed.
On mine it says showed. I think they just typoed on yours. Shoe it.
Either typoed or it's like that's how
Sheweth.
it's actually like.
Oh, show it. Like showeth, but on mine it's
Yeah.
just showed.
Mine is shewed, but it's like that's showed.
Yeah.
But it's just wild. Um. So yeah. So and Joseph said unto Pharaoh, the dream of Pharaoh is one. God hath shown Pharaoh what he is about to do. The 7 good kine are 7 good years, or 7 years, and the 7 good ears are 7 years. The dream is one. And the 7 thin and ill-favored kine that came up after them are 7 years. And the 7 empty ears, blasted with the east wind, shall be 7 years of famine. This is the thing which I have spoken unto Pharaoh. What God is about to do, he showeth unto Pharaoh. Behold, there come 7 years of great plenty throughout all the land of Egypt. And there shall arise after them 7 years of famine, and all the plenty shall be forgotten in the land of Egypt, and the famine shall consume the land. And the plenty shall not be known in the land by reason of that famine following, for it shall be very grievous. And for that, the dream was doubled unto Pharaoh twice. It is because the thing is established by God, and God will shortly bring it to pass. So the doubling of it is like an urgency factor. It means it's coming soon.
Yeah.
Now, therefore, let Pharaoh look out a man discreet and wise, and set him over the land of Egypt. Let Pharaoh do this, and let him appoint officers over the land, and take up the fifth part of the land of Egypt in the 7 plenteous years.
So that part right there, he's sliding in. Get yourself somebody that can oversee everything. And
Yep.
like he just keeps putting in that position where like when he was at his first master's estate, he was put in charge of everything. When he was in the prison, he was put in charge of everything. When he was moved over to that other house where he's serving under that, I forget what, served under that other guy, he was put in charge of everything. So he's like, you know what, Pharaoh, with this coming, plague essentially, with this coming famine, you're gonna need somebody that can like see to it that we're set up. You need somebody to run everything.
Yep. He's like pretty much being like, let me take over.
Yeah.
And let them gather all the food of those good years that come, and lay up corn under the hand of Pharaoh, and let them keep food in the cities. And that food shall be for store to the land against the 7 years of famine, which shall be in the land of Egypt, that the land perish not through the famine. And the thing was good in the eyes of Pharaoh, and in the eyes of all his servants. And Pharaoh said unto his servants, can we find such a one as this is, a man in whom the Spirit of God is? And and Pharaoh said unto Joseph, forasmuch as God hath shown thee all this, there is none so discreet and so wise as thou art. Thou shalt be over my house, and according unto thy words shall all my people be ruled. Only in the throne will I be greater than thou. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, see, I have set thee over all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh took off his ring from his hand, and put it upon Joseph's hand, and arrayed him in the vestures of fine linen, and put a gold chain about his neck. So he frickin' is like, here, man, take it like, over.
You are in charge of the entire kingdom now. like I am sitting over you in name and title only. You've got all the power, dude. Go ahead. Whatever you say. Dude, and that's made like him. That's speaking to like the Pharaoh has faith in God.
Well, he sees it. He sees the proof of it just in the person, which that I think is the real gold of this is that if you are of God, it is noticed by everybody. Yeah. It does not matter who. The only people that have a problem with it, and that you will have a problem with being a person of God, are the people that are not of God. So you got this woman, she's the only one that really gave him the problem.
Right.
And she ends up lying. And I mean, that feels almost like a Satan thing, really, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, kind of twists her. She gets into some type of like feeling duped or feeling rejected, or like these negative, shitty emotions. First of all, she had lust.
Yeah.
She was lusting after him. And then she also got like...
It was like a cuck thing.
Nasty about it.
It was like, you're doing all my husband's shit better than my husband. Like, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
and like she just wanted to like freaking bang him. And it like an evil kind of lustful thing took her over. And that's what ended up kind of hurting him. But anybody else who's just trying to do their thing, they see him and they see God through him. And it elevates him in their eyes. And I think that that's like the gold of this is like you don't have to change people or like do anything to anyone else to get anywhere in life. It's like follow God. Follow God, and it's like everyone around you will notice it and feel it, and it will just kind of
They'll be like,
make
hey, how are you
less
doing so
dense.
great? Be like, how are you always so happy and unaffected by all the shit? And how do you seem to just be doing so good when everybody's doing so bad? And you just be like, it's God. I didn't,
Yeah.
like I said before, don't take credit for anything. Don't be like, oh, I did this. I got me here. I did XYZ. No, God did it for me. I would have never been able to do it on my own. I was on a crazy fucking roller coaster of life. And God helped me put me on the straight and narrow and provided, just like Joseph, all these crazy little coincidences, all these things that just lined up perfectly for me to be where I am right now. And anybody, if you really look at it, man, that's how your life is. That's how your life is going. If you're successful, if shit's going well, like, consider it a blessing. Realize God's doing it for you. You didn't do that shit.
Yep. And usually if it's the opposite, if you're not doing very well, it's going to be because you're missing something that the Lord's trying to show you, or you're being kind of tempered in a forge for something later on.
You're resisting it.
That the more resistance, the more you get hammered out until you're finally of form, and it's just freaking. It's a whole process, and it's all due to the Lord. And I think that honestly, the best way to convert people is this way, is Joseph's way. You don't have to like go out and actively try to do anything to people. You just need to live life as is commanded, and you need to be like kind of a light of it, to the point where people, they can't even help it because of how you make them feel, or like how you impact their lives. It's so different, and it's so good that they can't help but to kind of raise you up. And then you giving that credit to God only makes them look at God in a different light, in a better light. It's freaking awesome. Okay, where were we? Thou shalt be over the house. Yes, there we go. I be greater than you. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, see, I have set thee over all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh took off the ring. Yep, there we go. Vestures the linen, chain about his neck. And he made him to ride in the second chariot, which he had. And they cried before him, bow the knee, and he made him ruler over all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I am Pharaoh, and without thee shall no man lift up his hand or foot in all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh called Joseph's name, Zaphnath Pania. And he gave him to wife Asenath. So Joseph's new name is Zaphnath Pania.
I don't think they're going to continue to refer to him as that, though, luckily.
Thank God. And he gave him to wife Asenath. Asenath, the daughter of the Potiphar priest of On. And Joseph went out over all the land of Egypt. Thank God I don't have to say Zaphnath Pania. And Joseph was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And Joseph went out from the presence of Pharaoh and went throughout all the land of Egypt.
So there's something about taking an Egyptian wife. Because all these times we see, like, the Canaanite people are not the wives to be taken. It's always like, go home and take a wife from our people. But then these Egyptian women slip in, like Abraham had the Egyptian maids, or the Egyptian, like his two wives had Egyptian handmaids.
I think the Egyptians are a different tribe.
They're like
of the same good lineage.
Yeah, they're allowed to slip by.
Yes, I think that because we have like the story of Dan type deal, like the alternative story of Dan, and that ends up being like the Danish people, like the Norse and everything. And I think that there's the tribes, they kind of spread out. We've been focused on like one group, of the peoples, because there is a shitload going on, and there's also a bunch of the good guys. So you got like the Canaanites, and they have like their central land, but they also branch out and they go into other lands and become other things.
Yeah.
And then you also get the God bloodline, the Jesus bloodline, and that spreads out. And I think that they probably had a heavy foot in Egypt. If not, that's like their land. Like they kind of settled there, and yeah, they might have fell away from God and started worshiping different gods, but they are of the blood.
Yeah.
So that's my idea. I don't know if I'm right. I could be completely freaking wrong. So, and Joseph was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And Joseph went out from the presence of Pharaoh and went throughout all the land of Egypt. And in the 7 plenteous years, the earth brought forth by handfuls. And he gathered up all the food of the 7 years which were in the land of Egypt, and laid up the food in the cities. The food of the field, which was round about every city, laid he up in the same. So he just was hoarding food.
Mm-hmm.
All that plenty that was given to the land, he's like, we're going to hoard the crap out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And Joseph gathered corn as the sand of the sea, very much, until he left numbering, for it was without number. So there's a lot of corn.
And by corn, it just means like grain. They're not just stockpiling corn. They're stockpiling all the grain that they can and anything they can, really.
And unto Joseph were born 2 sons before the years of famine came, which Asnath, the daughter of Potipharah, priest of On, bare unto him. And Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh. For God, he said, hath made me forgot all my toil and all my father's house. And the name of the second called he Ephraim. For God hath caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. And the 7 years of plenteousness that was in the land of Egypt were ended. And the 7 years of dearth, began to come, according as Joseph had said. And the dearth was in all the lands, but in the land of Egypt there was bread. And when all the land of Egypt was famished, the people cried to Pharaoh for bread. And the Pharaoh said unto all the Egyptians, Go unto Joseph. What he saith to do, you do. That's pretty much how I took it. I know that's not exactly what it said, but whatever. And the famine was over all the face of the earth. And Joseph opened all the storehouses and sold unto the Egyptians. And the famine waxed sore in the land of Egypt. And all the countries came into Egypt to Joseph for to buy corn, because that famine was so sore in all the lands. That's kind of wild, bro, because so it wasn't just Egypt. It was all the countries surrounding. This famine was massive.
Yeah. And
God established this plenty and established Joseph over Egypt as kind of like a lighthouse during this famine, so that they would all go to him, and it made Egypt insanely powerful.
Yes.
All this money, all of this good faith during a famine that was given out to all these surrounding countries puts Pharaoh, puts Joseph in such a high standing in the entire land. And it's kind of amazing. It's freaking pretty sweet.
It's wicked sweet. I love this story.
Genesis chapter 42. Now when Jacob saw that there was corn in Egypt.
Actually, can we pause?
Jacob said, yeah.
Do you mind if we pause? I gotta piss so bad.
Yeah. Go do your thing, man.
Easier to pause on a Bible episode.
Yeah, 100%. Dude, hold on, I gotta show you something. This is freaking hilarious. Can you see my screen? Like me?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see this?
Let me pull you up a little bit bigger. Oh, wait, hold on. No, I can't fucking... Piccolo.
He's an actual pickle, too.
I'm a pickle, Gohan.
Dude. He's an actual pickle. It's freaking awesome. All right. Anyway.
Piccolo.
Piccolo, dude. That's so funny. I love it. All right. Serious again.
Back to the Bible.
Okay. Genesis chapter 42. Now, when Jacob saw that there was corn
42.
in Egypt, yes.
No. Oh, wait,
No?
yeah. No, yeah, you're right. Sorry, I was flipping ahead to look at something else. I'm like, we're at 44. No, you're right. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Start over again.
Okay. Genesis chapter 42. Now, when Jacob saw that there was corn in Egypt, Jacob said unto his sons, Why do ye look one upon another? And he said, Behold, I have heard that there is corn in Egypt. Get you down thither, and buy for us from thence, that we may live and not die. So now we're going back. This is the other brother, right? Or no, this is his father. Is Jacob his father?
Jacob is Joseph's father.
Yeah. Okay. So that's crazy because he doesn't think that frickin' Jacob's alive or Joseph is alive.
Yeah, because they went back and told their dad that he was dead.
It's so good. And Joseph's 10 brethren went down to buy corn in Egypt. But Benjamin, Joseph's brother, Jacob sent not with his brethren. For he said, lest peradventure mischief befall him. And the sons of Israel came to buy corn among those that came, for the famine was in the land of Canaan. And Joseph was the governor over the land, and it was that sold to all the people of the land. And Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him, with their faces to the earth. And Joseph saw his brethren, and knew them, but made himself strange unto them, and spake roughly unto them.
He's doing a fake voice.
Yeah, and being a dickbag. And he said unto them, Whence come ye? And they said, From the land of Canaan to buy food. And Joseph knew his brethren, but they knew not him. And Joseph remembered the dreams which he dreamed of them, and said unto them, Ye are spies, to see the nakedness of the land ye are from. And they said unto him, Nay, my lord, but to buy food are thy servants come. We are all one man's sons. We are true men. Thy servants are no spies. And he said unto them, Nay, but to see the nakedness of the land ye are come. And they said, Thy servants are 12 brethren, the sons of one man in the land of Canaan. And behold, the youngest is this day with our father, and one is not. And Joseph said unto them, That is it that I spake unto you, saying, Ye are spies. Hereby ye shall be provided. By the life of Pharaoh,
Proved.
Ye shall not go forth hence. Proved. Dang. Hereby ye shall be proved. By the life of Pharaoh, ye shall not go forth hence, except your youngest brother come hither. Send one of you, and let him fetch your brother, and ye shall be kept in prison, that your words may be proved, whether there be any truth in you, or else by the life of Pharaoh, surely ye are spies. So he's testing these guys. He's putting them through it.
Well, not only that, but he's saying, go bring me. Go grab me and bring me, show me, and then I'll believe you guys are who you say you are. because they're literally saying that he's back at home with Dad, and he's like, "No, I'm not, fuckers. I'm right here, and you don't recognize
there's Benjamin.
me." Yeah,
there's
but
Benjamin.
they're still
and
counting
he's the
12.
youngest now.
They're still counting 12.
Up at the top here, it says the youngest this day is with our father, and one is not.
And one is not.
And I think the one is not is like talking about, and one is dead.
Maybe.
And the dead one is actually Joseph.
Maybe.
I don't know necessarily. That's just how, like, when I was reading it, that's how it like organized itself in my cerebral cortex. Fetch your brother. Or else you guys are surely spies.
16?
I think we're on 17 now. I just yeah. And he put them all together into ward 3 days. And Joseph said unto them the third day, This do, and live, for I fear God. If ye be true men, let one of your brethren be bound in the house of your prison. Go ye, carry corn for the famine of your houses. But bring your youngest brother unto me, so shall your words be verified, and ye shall not die. And they did so.
So he has given him food, but he's going to throw some into prison. One into prison.
Yep. And they said one to another, We are verily guilty concerning our brother, in that we saw the anguish of his soul when he besought us, and we would not hear. Therefore is this distress come upon us. And Reuben answered them, saying, Spake I not unto you, saying, Do not sin against the child, and ye would not hear? Therefore, behold, also his blood is required. I'm trying to figure out what exactly this is all talking of.
I think they're assuming that he wants to sacrifice or kill the youngest brother.
Okay.
That's how it reads to me.
Because they don't know that it's Joseph, so they don't know this overarching
they're
narrative.
like, why does he want our youngest brother here? He must want to kill him.
Yeah, or something. Yeah, they're thinking that there's something going on here.
But also,
did I not tell you guys not to do anything bad?
We are verily guilty concerning our youngest brother, in that we saw the anguish of his soul when he besought us, we would hear not, and therefore this distress come upon us. So they're talking about Joseph, I think.
Well, if you think about it, there's 12 brothers, right? So there's 12 brothers, and only 2 of the brothers know what happened that day, because the other ones, or wait, no,
they
did sell.
They all sold them.
Okay, you're right. I thought it was just freaking. I thought it was just Reuben that made that deal, but no, they all know.
This is funny. I just read.
But are they just kind of like? Are they just thinking like, yeah, well, I mean, Joseph's gone. He's not going to be like the damn freaking governor. So they don't even think that he's around, or like someone that they're having to even deal with. And they just, to everyone else, their brother's dead, or just not with them. And that's kind of, so they just refer to their youngest brother as not Joseph, but like the next youngest.
Because of what Reuben says. I think they're saying to each other, man, we really blew it by selling our youngest brother into slavery. And Reuben's like, yeah, because now we need him here. His blood is required. Maybe not even necessarily saying like he's going to be killed here, but like we need literally him. Like he needs to be here. And now he's gone.
Because he's the youngest.
He's like, did I not say don't sin against the child? And you would not hear. Therefore, behold, look, now we need him here.
Yeah, dude, you got it. That's it. And they knew not that Joseph understood them, for he spake unto them by an interpreter.
So they're speaking Hebrew, and Joseph speaking Egyptian, and Joseph speaking to them through an interpreter, so they don't know he knows Hebrew. And so
it's funny because he's calling them spies, but he's actually the spy.
Yeah.
It's so funny. And he turned himself about from them and wept, and returned to them again, and communed with them, and took from them Simeon, and bound him before their eyes. Then Joseph commanded to fill their sacks with corn, and to restore every man's money into his sack, and to give them provisions for the way, and thus did he unto them. And they landed their asses, ladded their asses with the corn, and departed thence. And as one of them opened his sack to give his ass provender in the inn, he espied his money, for behold, it was in the sack's mouth. And he said unto his brethren, My money is restored, and lo, it is even in my sack. And their heart failed them, and they were afraid, saying one to another, What is this that God hath done unto us?
So they've got their grain and they've got their money, and they're like, "Oh shit, what happened? Like, we didn't.
There's something bigger going on."
Yeah, we didn't steal this, did we? Like, where did this money? Like, why do we still have this money?"
Yeah, they're like, "What?" Because normally, I mean, if your money gets seized, you're done. You're not getting your money back. It's like, what the heck? And they came unto Jacob, their father, unto the land of Canaan, and told him all that befell unto them, saying, The man who is the Lord of the land spake roughly to us, and took us for spies of the country.
He
And we
was
said
mean.
unto him, Yeah, and we said unto him, We are true men, we are no spies. We be 12 brethren, sons of our father. One is not, and the youngest is this day with our father in the land of Canaan. And the man, the Lord of the country, said unto us, Hereby shall I know ye are true men. Leave one of your brethren here with me, and take food for the famine of your households, and be gone. And bring your youngest brother unto me. Then shall I know ye are no spies, but that ye are true men. So will I deliver your brother, and ye shall traffic in the land. And it came to pass, as they emptied their sacks, that behold, every man's bundle of money was in his sack. And when both they and their father saw the bundles of money, they were afraid. And Jacob their father said unto them, Me have ye bereaved of my children. Joseph is not, and Simeon is not, and ye will take Benjamin away. All these things are against me. And Reuben spake unto his father, saying, Slay my 2 sons, if I bring him not to thee. Deliver him into my hand, and I will bring him to thee again. And he said, My sons shall not go down with you, for his brother is dead, and he is left alone. If mischief befall him by the way in which ye go, then shall ye bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to the grave. Genesis chapter 43.
Let me take back over.
If you want to.
And the famine was sore in the land, and it came to pass, when they had eaten up the corn which they had brought out of Egypt with their father said unto them, Go again, buy us a little food. And Judah spake unto them, saying, The man did solemnly protest unto us, saying, Ye shall not see my face, except your brother be with you. So they got to have Benjamin. If thou wilt send our brother with us, we will go down and buy thee food. But if thou wilt not send him, we will not go down. For the man said unto us, Ye shall not see my face, except your brother be with you. And Israel said, Wherefore dealt ye so ill with me, as to tell the man whether ye had yet a brother? And they said, he's like, Why didn't you lie? And they said, The man asked us straightly of our state and of our kindred, saying, Is your father yet alive? Have ye another brother? And we told him according to the tenor of those words. Could we certainly know that he would say, Bring your brother down? And they're like, How would we know? That's what he was going to ask.
Yeah.
And Judah said unto Israel his father, saying, Send the lad with me, and we will arise and go, that we may live and not die, both we and thou also, our little ones. It will be surety for him. Of my hand shalt thou require him. If I bring him not unto thee and set him before thee, then let me bear the blame forever. So he's like, we need to go because we got to get food. Like, everybody's hungry, so we're all going to starve and die if we don't do this. And if we're going to do this, we need Benjamin.
Yep.
For except we had lingered, surely now we had returned this second time. And their father Israel said unto them, if it must be so, now do this. Take of the best fruits in the land in your vessel, and carry down the man a present, a little balm and a little honey, spices and myrrh, nuts and almonds. And take double money in your hand, and the money that was brought again in the mouth of your sacks, carry it again in your hand. Peradventure it was an oversight. So they're still concerned about this money. They're like, make sure you give that back, because you were...
They're like, bring that with you just in case.
And you're paying double, and you're giving him we want to make sure we're not losing any brothers.
They're really, really... It's so funny because they just don't know. They don't know what's going on, and because it's such a what is going on right now? It's wild, and they're forced. Their hand is so forced because there's just so much. The famine is crazy. And so they have to do this, and then they get this task that they have to go through, and it's to them. They're remember them saying God. They were saying what is this of God that the money is in the mouth of our sacks?
Yeah,
they know that there's something up. They're like, there's something big happening right now.
But just to be clear, Joseph just gave them the grain and gave them back their money.
Yes, because he's the brother. He wept.
He loves them.
He felt bad.
Yeah.
Yes. Even though they're assholes to him and they didn't love him.
He's fucking with them back.
He still loves them. Yeah. Crazy, bro.
I forgot entirely where
12.
I was. Thank you, sir.
12.
Take also your brother, and arise, go again unto the man. And God Almighty give you mercy before the man, that he may send away your other brother, and Benjamin. If I be bereaved of my children, I am bereaved. And the men took that present, and they took double money in their hand, and Benjamin, and rose up and went down to Egypt, and stood before Joseph. And when Joseph saw Benjamin with them, he said to the ruler of his house, bring these men home, and kill an animal, and make ready, for these men shall dine with me at noon. And the man did as Joseph bade, as he commanded. And the man brought the men into Joseph's house. And the men were afraid, because they were brought into Joseph's house. And they said, because of the money that was returned in our sacks at the first time we are brought in, that he may seek occasion against us, and fall upon us, and take us for bondmen and our asses. So he thinks they're going to slave him, or they think he's going to slave them. And they came near to the steward of Joseph's house, and they communed with him at the door of the house, and said, O sire, we came indeed down at the first time to buy food. And it came to pass, when we came to the inn, that we opened our sacks, and behold, every man's money was in the mouth of his sack, our money in full weight, and we have brought it again in our hand. The other money we have brought down in our hands to buy food. We cannot tell who put our money in our sacks. And he said, peace be to you. Fear not, your God and the God of your father hath given you treasure in your sacks. I had your money. And he brought Simeon out unto them. And he brought the men into Joseph's house, and gave them water, and they washed their feet, and he gave their asses provender, which is just food. And they made ready the present against Joseph came at noon, for they heard that they should eat bread there. And when Joseph came home, they brought him a present which was in their hand into the house, and bowed themselves to him to the earth. So,
I got something super quick, dude.
Yeah.
Remember the dream that Joseph had? Joseph's dream was, all of you guys wasn't he in a field? He was in a field of wheat.
I don't remember Joseph's dream.
In the dream, Joseph's dream is he was standing in a field of wheat and
Uh-oh.
all of his brothers were bowing to him.
Yeah.
This is it. Joseph
Yeah.
is standing in a field of wheat. He's got the plenty, and his brothers are bowing before him, calling him Lord.
Right.
Like, dude, this is the dream. Bro, this shit crazy.
Yeah.
It's unreal how it ties together. Like the connections of all of it's a fantastic story. Bible is a fantastic story.
I was trying to look back for it, but no, you're right.
Oh, wait. Where were we? We were 26. Yes. So 27 now.
And he asked them of their welfare, and said, Is your father well, the old man of whom ye speak? Is he yet alive? And they answered, Thy servant our father is in good health. He is yet alive. And they bowed down their heads and made obedience. And he lifted up his eyes and saw his brother Benjamin, his mother's son, and said, Is this your youngest brother of whom ye spake unto me? And he said, God be gracious unto thee, my son. And Joseph made haste, for his bowels did yearn upon his brother, his heart. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
And he sought where to weep, and he entered into his chamber and wept there. And he washed his face and went out and refrained himself and said, Set on bread. And they set on for him by himself, and for them by themselves, and for the Egyptians which did eat with them by themselves, because the Egyptians might not eat bread with the Hebrews, for that is an abomination unto the Egyptians. And they sat before him, the first born according to his birthright, and the youngest according to his youth. And the men marveled at one another. And he took and sent messes as portions unto them from before him, and Benjamin's mess was 5 times as much as any of theirs. And they drank and they were merry with him.
So he saw his brother Benjamin, and he wanted to go be with his brother Benjamin. He felt for his brother.
Yeah.
And he ends up retreating into
his own
bathroom
chamber,
pretty much,
his own chambers to cry.
Yeah, and he cries, and then he gets himself together, and he's like, "Get your ass together,
because
man.
he's still keeping
Set
the
some
secret."
bread." Yeah. And he goes out and does this thing, but then the Egyptians, he has to make them by themselves, separate from the other Egyptians eating, because otherwise the Egyptians see eating with the Hebrews as an abomination.
Yeah.
They see themselves as separate from the Hebrews.
Everybody's just looking around marveling at each other, because like Joseph is like, "Oh, my brothers, I love them so much, I miss them, it's been a long time." And his brothers are like, "What the fuck is up with this guy? This guy's the most powerful.
Going on?
Yeah, he's the most powerful dude in Egypt, and he's like making us come eat. Like, are we in trouble? Are we cool? Like, what is going?" And the Egyptians are like, "These fucking Hebrews, man. Like, I don't know if the Egyptians know what's going on, or if they're just keeping quiet, or they're just watching this like TV." But everybody,
you know what's weird too,
says
is
everybody
like,
marveled at one another.
Yeah, they're all like, what
what?
is going on right now? Yeah, it's so unorthodox what's happening. It's
Right.
just it's got them all baffled, really.
Yeah.
It's freaking funny. But no, I mean Joseph, I've been thinking about this, where it's he recognizes his brothers. So he's been dealing with all the people of all the countries surrounding. It's going through Jacob, or
I mean, he may not have if it was just
Joseph.
one of them, but they all showed up together.
Yeah, and like, so he recognizes them. Like, he knows them. They must be kind of the same. You know how like when you go to like your hometown, you've got those people in your hometown that like they never changed. And so you see them and you recognize them immediately, and you go up and you say hi, and they're like, "Do I know you?" And it's because you were off living in the city, so you're different. Your hair's different. You've grown different. Maybe you go to the gym now or something. Like, that's exactly the type of thing that's happening here, because Joseph was given a title of a pharaoh, and the pharaohs are
No,
they are
Joseph
laden in gold.
Joseph wasn't given the title Pharaoh. Pharaoh was,
Well, given the every single
yeah,
thing
yeah,
else.
everything
He was
else.
given the rings, he was given the staff, he was given the necklace, he was given the
Mm-hmm.
cloak. He's given all of it. So imagine what a pharaoh looks like. That's what Joseph looks like.
Yeah,
And he looks different. He looks as an Egyptian. He was in the land of Egypt and he made Egypt his bitch, for lack of better terms. And he's like an embodiment of what a pharaoh is. He's the governor. And so to his brothers are like looking at him, they don't know who it is. They see a pharaoh. But you get Joseph and he's looking at his brothers and he's like, these are my brothers. It's just there's like a stark contrast there in like how it's even able, how do they still not recognize him? They're sitting at the table with him.
right.
Like they're close enough, like it's their brother. They should
It's been
something should click.
it's been years.
Yeah.
He left when
Yeah.
he was a teenager, and now he's like 30 or older.
Yeah. But I like him just knowing his brothers like that, and like it's like they haven't changed. They're like
Yeah.
the people who never left the town, and they're kind of the same as they were when they were in school.
Right.
But then the other person that left and took over a business, like now he's the CEO of this like corporate empire, and then he comes back to his small town. Nobody recognizes him. He's got like a Rolex on. He's got like freaking crazy beautiful necklace and like silk freaking business suit on. They're like, who the hell is this guy? It must be someone important. It's the same exact vibe. It's just something of note, I guess.
And he commanded.
We're on the next one now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we're on chapter 44.
Okay.
I want to get up to 46 and then end. I know this is getting to be a long one, guys. Thanks for bearing with us, but I think 40,
It's going good though. We got a good
46
clip.
is like a good stopping point. And he commanded the steward of his house, saying, fill the men's sacks with food, as much as they can carry, and put every man's money in his sack's mouth. And put my cup, the silver cup, in the sack's mouth of the youngest, and his corn money. And he did according to the word that Joseph had spoken. So Joseph's like, as much food, give them all their money back. In this fancy silver cup, this goes to Benjamin. As soon as the morning was light, the men were sent away, they and their asses. And when they were gone out of the city, and not yet far off, Joseph said unto his steward, follow up after the men, and when thou doest overtake them, say unto them, wherefore have ye rewarded evil or good? So why have you repaid evil or good? Is it not this it in which my Lord drinketh, and whereby indeed he divineth? He have done evil in doing so. And he overtook them, and he spake unto them these same words. And they said unto him, wherefore saith my Lord these words? God forbid that thy servants should do according to this thing. Behold, the money which we found in our sack's mouth we brought again unto thee out of the land of Canaan. How then should we steal out of thy Lord's house silver or gold? With whomsoever of thy servant it be found, both let him die, and we also will be thy Lord's bondmen. So Joseph again, once they leave with everything that Joseph let him take, he's like, go out and tell them they're stealing. Like tell them they're going to be held accountable for stealing my shit. And they're like, what do you mean we stole shit? Like we didn't have any room to steal any shit. He gave us more than we could carry. And they're like, listen, if you can find anything stolen, kill that guy. We'll be your Lord's slaves. Like, we're over it.
Yeah, yeah.
And he said, now also let it be according unto your words. He with whom it is found shall be my servant, and ye shall be blameless. Then they speedily took down every man his sack to the ground, and opened every man his sack. And he searched, and began at the eldest, and left at the youngest, and the cup found in Benjamin's sack. They then rent their clothes, and lended every man his ass, and returned to the city, and laded every man his ass, and returned to the city. And Judah and his brother came to Joseph's house, for he was there, and they fell before him on the ground. Joseph said unto them, What deed is this that ye have done? Know ye not that such a man as I can certainly divine, like foretell? He's like, I can foresee this kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
And Judah said, What shall we say unto my Lord? What shall we speak? Or how shall we clear ourselves? God hath found out the iniquity of thy servants. Behold, we are my Lord's servants, both we and he also with whom the cup is found.
Do you think that this is Joseph's attempt? Like he's applying this pressure onto them, and I feel like it's like him trying to get them to confess what they did
Oh,
to him. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like he's applying this pressure to them, and it's like, why not just tell them who you are?
He's
And it's
about
because
to.
he does want to punish them.
He's about
He wants
to.
to punish them, but he also wants them to kind of like
Yeah,
just say the thing. Say what you
maybe.
did to me.
Maybe. I don't know if they ever do. And he said, God forbid that I should do so, but the man in whose hand the cup is found, he shall be my servant. And as for you, get you up in peace unto your father. Then Judah came near unto him and said, O my Lord, let thy servant, I pray thee, speak a word unto my Lord's ear, and let not thine anger burn against thy servant, for thou art even as Pharaoh. My Lord asked his servants, saying, Have ye a father or a brother? And we said unto my Lord, We have a father, an old man, and a child of his old age, a little one, and his brother is dead, and he alone is left of his mother, and his father loveth him. And thou hast said unto my servants, Bring him down unto me, that I may set mine eyes upon him. And we said unto my Lord, The lad cannot leave his father, for if he should leave his father would die. And thou saidst unto thy servants, Except your youngest brother come down with you, you shall see my face no more. So he's just replaying the whole thing back to him. He's like, dude, listen, you can't fucking do this to us. And it came to pass, when we came up unto thy servant my father, we told him the words of my Lord. And our father said, Go again and buy us a little food. And we said, We cannot go down if our youngest brother be not with us. Then will we go down, for we may not see the man's face, except for youngest brother be with us. And thy servant, my father, said unto us, Ye know that my wife bare me 2 sons, and the one went out from me, and I said, Surely he is torn in pieces, and I saw him not since. And if ye take this also from me, and mischief befall him, ye shall bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to the grave. Now therefore, when I come to thy servant my father, and the lad be not with us, seeing that his life is bound up in the lad's life, it shall come to pass, when he seeth that the lad is not with us, that he will die. And thy servants shall bring down the gray hairs of thy servant our father with sorrow to the grave. For thy servant became surety for the lad unto my father, saying, If I bring him not unto thee, then I shall bear the blame to my father forever. Now therefore I pray thee, let thy servant abide instead of the lad, a bondman to my Lord, and let the lad go up with his brethren. For how shall I go up to my father, and the lad be not with me, lest peradventure I see the evil that shall come on my father? All of that is just to say, he broke it down as plainly as he could to Joseph, and offered himself. He said, I offer myself as tribute, because he didn't want the youngest brother to not come back, because it would probably literally kill their father.
Yep.
So,
Pleading that case as to why they couldn't do it.
then Joseph could not refrain himself before all of them that 45. Then Joseph could not refrain himself before all of them that stood by him, and he cried, Cause every man to go out from me. And there stood no man with him, while Joseph made himself known unto his brethren. And he wept loud, and the Egyptians and the house of the Pharaoh heard. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I am Joseph, doth my father yet live? And his brethren could not answer him, for they were troubled at his presence. And Joseph said unto his brother, Come near to me, I pray you. And they came near, and he said, I am Joseph, your brother, whom ye sold to Egypt. Now therefore be not grieved, nor angry with yourself that ye sold me hither. For God did send me before you to preserve life. And these 2 years hath the famine been in the land, and yet there are 5 years in which there shall neither be earing nor harvest. So he's saying we still got 5 years to go. This is a 7-year thing.
Yeah, so dude, this is crazy because the way that Joseph was just saying this, it's like don't be upset that you sold me or none of this. Like I'm
Yeah.
not even really bothered by that as much anymore, and you
Yeah.
guys shouldn't either because we have this famine and God put me in this place for a reason
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
Like this is to keep our line going because if I didn't come here, we'd be done. The Egyptians would
I mean, not
they
just
obviously
them,
don't like
not just them,
freaking
but all the people in the region, man. Everybody's coming to Egypt, and
yeah.
they're the only ones
Yeah.
ready because of Joseph.
It's freaking wild, dude.
And God set me before you to preserve you a posterity in the earth, and to save your lives by the great deliverance. So now it was not you that sent me hither, but God, and he hath made me a father to Pharaoh, and lord of all his house, and a ruler throughout all the land of Egypt. Haste ye, and go up to my father, and say unto him, Thus saith thy son Joseph, God hath made me lord of all Egypt. Come down unto me, tarry not. And thou shalt dwell in the land of Goshen, and thou shalt be near unto me, thou and thy children, and thy children's children, and thy flocks, and thy herds, and all that thou hast. And there will I nourish thee, for yet there be 5 years of famine, lest thou and thy household, and all that thou hast, come to poverty. And behold, your eyes see, and the eyes of your brother Benjamin, that it is my mouth that speaketh unto you. And ye shall tell my father of all glory in Egypt, and of all that ye have seen, and ye shall haste and bring down my father hither. And he fell upon his brother Benjamin's neck and wept, and Benjamin wept upon his neck. Moreover, he kissed all his brethren and wept upon them, and after that his brethren talked with him. So he's basically just saying, go get dad, come live next to Egypt so I can take care of you guys better, because we still got 5 more years of this shit. We can't be doing this back and forth stuff.
No.
And the fame thereof was heard in Pharaoh's house, saying, Joseph's brethren are come, and it pleased Pharaoh well and his servants. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, Say unto the brethren, This do ye, lade your beasts, and go, get you unto the land of Canaan, and take your father and your household, and come unto me, and I will give you the good of the land of Egypt, and ye shall eat of the fat of the land. And thou art commanded, this do ye, take you wagons out of the land of Egypt for your little ones, and for your wives, and bring your father, and come also, regard not your stuff, for the goods of the land of Egypt is yours. And the children of Israel did so, and Joseph gave them wagons according to the commandment of Pharaoh, and gave them provision for the way. To all of them he gave each man changes of raiment, but to Benjamin he gave 300 pieces of silver and 5 changes of raiment. And,
Wow.
And to his father he sent after his manner 10 asses laden with good things of Egypt, and 10 she-asses laden with corn and bread and meat for his father by the way. So he sent his brethren away, and they departed. And he said unto them, See that ye fall not out by the way, quarrel not on. So don't get in any fights.
Yeah.
Don't get in any trouble. And they went out of Egypt and came out unto the land of Canaan, unto Jacob their father, and told him, saying, Joseph is yet alive, and he is governor over all of the land of Egypt. And Jacob's heart fainted, for he believed them not. And they told him all of the words of Joseph, which he had said unto them. And when he saw the wagons which Joseph had sent to carry him, the spirit of Jacob their father revived. And not a literal revive. He didn't die. He just was uplifted. And Israel said, Is it enough? Joseph, my son, is yet alive. I will go and see him before I die. And that's where we're going to end it. Because there's a little bit more, there's quite a bit more of Joseph. I wanted to do all of Joseph's story, but that was quite a bit.
That's a good, I don't know, it is a great story.
It really is.
Fantastic story.
It's funny. It's cool. Joseph is like one of the first people that you can actually kind of look up to him a little bit. not like actually look up to, but like he's not so shitty compared to everybody else that we've been reading about.
This is kind of also where we get to see God working in people, and the kind of omnipresence of God, where he knows what's coming, he knows what needs to be done, and how he layers this through people and through their deeds and through dreams. And there's so much really to unpack from all of this and to learn, and it's a feel good story, really. It feels very good. It doesn't have super negative connotations, other than when, they were younger and they were jealous of their brother and found
No,
him to be annoying.
you don't even need to feel bad about that, because like Jacob even says, like, God did this.
Exactly.
Or Joseph says, like, God did this. Like, it's not you guys sold me to Egypt. Like, God put things in play that got me to where I am for a reason. So don't worry about it. And that's what I would say.
So
pure joy. Consider it pure joy. God's doing shit. He's lining up the pieces. Just let him.
Yep. This is the perfect story for that type of, understanding that could be applied to one's life. This is literally a story.
Yeah.
You get all of these things happening. You get the dreams. You get the selling of your brother to Egypt, and just counting him for dead. Everybody just lives their lives, and during this time, he's just living as God would have him.
Right.
And it's just raising him through the ranks of Egypt.
Yeah.
And then just reaping of a plentiful harvest.
It's like he's a future seer, he's a diviner.
Yeah.
He knows how to interpret the dreams. He knows how to know what's coming.
Actually, from what he says, he doesn't. He says it's God.
Well,
that's how he describes it. He says that,
God's telling
I'm not
him.
even doing this. Yeah, yeah. But like the way that he says it to even the baker and the
well, that's part of his shtick.
Guy is.
It's part of what I'm saying. Like, take no credit for anything. Like, give all the credit to God. It feels so good. It feels so good to give all the credit to God and be like, I didn't do any of this. Thank you, God, for doing all this for me. Like, I don't know. It feels awesome.
Yeah.
There was something I noticed in here that, even though you have a Hebrew as the most powerful person in Egypt other than the pharaoh, the Egyptians still see it as abomination to eat with the Hebrews. They wouldn't want to. They still see the Hebrews as less than. I don't know if they're like slaving, right? Meow. You just fucked us up big time by doing that.
What?
I had us all framed out because it's like a shared screen view, and when you stop sharing the screen, it like popped us way out, super zoomed in. It's all good. We can fix it.
Hey, you can see my nose. You see my nose hairs?
But like, yeah, so even from really early on, it's like the Hebrews have a way lower standing in Egypt. There must have been Hebrews there before Joseph got there for them to have this kind of view of the Hebrew people. But then, like, now Israel's coming, Jacob and all of his sons, they're all coming, which is going to be a lot of people. It's not just Jacob and his sons. Like, they have a bunch of people with them. So there's going to be even more Hebrews now in Egypt. And then, like, the story to come after Joseph is that, 400 years passes and the Hebrews fall greatly out of favor with the Egyptians, and it's more slaving and more abuse, and that's why my people gotta be freed by Moses. Let my people go. But we'll get to that eventually. Maybe 2 more episodes we'll get to Moses. But
yeah, the Bible's a good one, guys. I kind of hope that people would love to see more of it, because I like reading it. I like going through it and kind of sharing what comes upon with our reading to others and discussion. Right. I want more people to listen to our Bible episodes and discuss and talk, and even little things that maybe we might not have parsed out. There might be goodies that I would love to know the goodies. I want to know the goodies.
Yeah, I want to hear your crazy theories. I want people to set us straight when we're crazy if there's conflicting evidence somewhere else about something.
Absolutely.
chime down
We're
in the comments.
students.
We need to know if you like it, if you hate it, if you got input.
Like, I hope that it never translates as us being teachers in any of our work.
No, you
I
hear
don't
us
want us to be
fumbling through the whole
teachers.
thing.
I want it to be known and understood we are students.
Yeah.
We're students of all of this, of life, of the Lord, of history, of all things wacky, weird, and
Wonderful.
out of place. So we're students, you're students. Let's Bible study together. Another slice of sermon.
Hope it filled you guys up. If you enjoyed, please follow, like, subscribe, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcast. We got Facebook, TikTok, X. You could email us if you want to do it. We're trying to get somebody to sponsor the show. If you got any stupid little project or product, you could sponsor us for $5. We'll do a stupid little ad because we've never done ads before. It'll be great. Start a partnership. It'll be awesome. If you want to be on the show, hit us up. Our email, shepherdspiepodcast@gmail.com. We love you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.